So, speaking of which, actually, before we even get into the main part of the game, last time you finally finished the dungeon, which means there's a bucket load of XP for you. So, did anybody actually put XP the one time I listed out the XP?
No, we didn't.
Or did you all manage to
We all
stop?
assumed you were just going to lump us at the end of the dungeon.
So you all managed to stop from getting it? Okay.
The thing is, like, right, I remember how much we're at now is, Zara posted it in the chat at one point, the amount we got, but I think we're all sitting at around 55,000 for our total experience from the entire game at this point.
Yeah, 55,500, give or take.
I'm at 52.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because Giselle went up to like 54, and Geralt is still at 52, which is where you guys were supposed to be at, I thought, for 52,000.
Mine says 55545, and I know I've gotten extra XP here and there for going hunting.
Here and there.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so I took the difference between Geralt and Giselle and added the stuff that hadn't been calculated yet, and man, did the later stuff have a lot of XP.
Yeah, we fought quite a few hard things. We fought a Hydra.
Yeah, so 16,700.
And add that to what I currently have.
16,700.
Yep.
That puts me at 72,195.
Giselle should only get 14,450.
Oh wait. Oh shit.
Okay. On Freeze character sheet. Thank you.
11, so that's a 1. Carry the 1, that becomes a 9. And that becomes a 9. Okay. Which means Giselle is getting a level up.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be level 10.
She was the one I had. She was the one I had to mess with the most there. I have to double check what.
No.
If Theobald got the upgrade number or not, because I think I might have upgraded 2 of them, if not just one of them.
Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, so Theobald gets Giselle's number. Which then means actually all of them should get that number, but
Come on, unfreeze you fucking character sheet. Oh, it finally acknowledged that I deleted that extra class I accidentally added by accident. Okay, I need to open the player's handbook. If I remember correctly, this is a level where I'm going to get a lot of stuff that's going to make my character really nasty.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's technically across the board.
Well, I get to pick 2 spells that are not from my class to add to my class.
Alright.
Ah, yes.
Which I mentioned before, one of them is going to be Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Ah, we're gonna have 2 Eldritch Blasters.
Yay, 2 5th level spells.
Oh, edit. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look. Alright, let's see.
So, was that? Okay.
That's me trying to get this thing to upgrade, and I didn't hit edit before I clicked on the...
Yep. Just double checking what's going on in the chat really quick. And that also means that everyone's going to have to do a dice roll for their new hit points.
Yep. Yeah. All for it. Actually, yeah, let's put that in there.
get that out of the way right away at the very least for the NPC characters.
Oh my god. Ah!
By the way, I'm still amused that you guys like these NPCs so much, and yet I keep hearing horror stories of people that need to immediately kill the GM's NPCs because they hate them so much.
I actually could have been doing better on my skills because I never added the expertise bonus for freaking level 3.
No.
Because at level 3 I'm supposed to pick 2 proficiencies that I get double proficiency bonus on, and I never did that. So now I gotta pick 4 because I'm at level 10 and I'm supposed to pick 2 more. Oh my god, what the
There's things we see when we come back and do a level up. It's like, wait, god damn it.
Okay, so
Geralt
got
gets a
2.
D12.
So I get 2 spells from Necromancy School in Xanthars. If
not
Mal
that I
allows it.
couldn't do this as it was, but I just got intimidating presence.
If Matt allows it, you mind if
what were you saying, Seraph?
if I take 2 more necromancy spells from Xanthars?
As long as they're within a rule book, sure. And as long as you can get all the info in there so we can see what they're actually doing.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, my bardic inspiration upgraded to a D10.
So a D12
All right, let's see.
plus his con, so that'd be a +3. So what do we get?
All right. I am not going to
What
make
just
the effort.
happened?
Well, at least you didn't roll a 1.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should roll for my health.
I should roll for my health.
I get a +4 because of toughness.
Oh, come on, character sheet. Oh, there we go. No. There we go.
9.
All right. 10.
Geralt got a +5 to his hit points. I'm the strong class.
Is
Am I-
that
am
with
I-
his con bonus?
With his con bonus, he had a +3. He rolled a 2.
Oh dear God! I'm sorry.
He rolled a frickin' 2. He's been getting really shit rolls on health, I think. Not all the time, but half the time at
Why does this sheet
least.
keep freezing up?
I don't
So
know.
Basically,
it's our hit dice plus
Your
the
constitution.
constitutional.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Am
it's-
My max is now 92.
All right.
She gets the level up.
E6. All right. Wait.
So actually, just a thought here. It says, okay. Do I assume Giselle keeps the D8 because it's the rogue she's leveling?
Yes. You roll the
Plus
HP for whatever
1.
class actually increased.
+4. Okay. No.
Plus
no,
1.
I read
Oh,
that
nice. This is the rogue gets a +7
wrong.
to
Plus
hit
your
points.
Constitution modifier. Constitution modifier. is
I might
+5.
have to
Aw.
reload roll
No,
20.
+3. No, it's
Maybe.
I
+3.
rolled a 1, so I get 3 hit points.
I
get-
closed my character sheet so that I
Actually,
could drag
Aaron,
and drop, and now it's not working.
yeah. I do allow hit dice rerolls on 1s because that's BS.
Okay. Yay!
That's a house rule of mine. I don't care for this roll of 1 BS.
And my character sheet's frozen. All right.
1 by 1.
Yay!
Holy shit.
I rolled and got max. I critted.
She
the
critted
next
the hit
roll.
points.
So 10. Yay! So which one do I change?
So
the
when you're
60
looking at the hit points, there's the big heart with the big number, and then the number on the bottom and the small next to the 0 should be the one
Okay.
you raise. That's your
Alright.
max.
Okay, so
Okay.
that should be
So
70.
Giselle, right? I got a 6, and she has a +1, so 7. Wait, okay, so 59,
And
7,
I should
14,
still have. Okay.
15, 16.
It's not updating the HP in the heart. Should I just manually update that?
I don't know if that's supposed to manually update or not.
It's do you see, is there an oval below the heart?
No. Well, the little oval is 73 to 0.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
supposed to change the 73. So you need to add it. So you need to change the 73 to an 83.
Well, no, it was 63. Now I changed it to 73, and it didn't update the 63.
Yeah, well,
in the
that's
heart.
because
Oh.
that's because we haven't taken a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, this spell is a nightmare. Oh my gosh. Are you sure I can have this? It's official, but no.
What spell are we talking about?
Innervation? I think that's how you say it.
What?
No, I'll put it in chat.
There we go. I found it.
Let's see. I gotta remember what spell it was I wanted because it's been so long. I think that might have been what it was. I need to make
Oh, wait, now that's starting at 14th level. That'll be fun. Retaliation.
Darkness reaches out.
The 5th level spell, keep in mind, but
And so if you use your action to do anything else, you have the target. Okay, so it's a spell that you have to keep them in sight. That has to hit. And it does 4d8 on hit and keeps doing 4d8 every turn until they can either get full cover or they die.
oh, it does more than that. Apparently, it can also heal you.
Whenever spell deals damage to a target, you gain the hit points equal to half the amount of the damage the target takes. Yep. Higher levels, when you cast a spell, slot of 6th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for every spell slot above the original 5th level. Okay, yep. Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
essentially a new, higher version of Leech Life out of the casting your enemies now.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem that bad.
Okay.
It's only 4d8. It's not like this is a fucking fireball.
Ooh, and I get to learn another cantrip.
Isn't fireball like 4d12?
No, it's like 68.
68, so
no,
still.
8d6. Ah.
Oh, 8d6. Oh, yeah, that's way more potent. This is no fireball. Don't get me wrong, that's a handy spell, but that's no fireball.
Right.
So, man, I think my cantrips are kind of messed up.
Oh?
Yeah, because, like, it tells me that I can do Produce Flame, but I think my Produce Flame is actually my Sacred Flame. I think they're the same. They're supposed to be the same thing for the priest class. Sending
Produce
it over
flame.
to chat. Boing. There you go.
What? Send me what now? Oh,
Alright. And now for the next spell, which I think may be much worse.
So wait, what's your issue with Produce Flame, Aaron?
I think it's... Unless it's like a cantrip that turns into a different cantrip. I think it's... Because I'm supposed to have 5 cantrips, right? At level 10. But I've had 5 cantrips listed here the whole time. And I think the reason for that is that my Produce Flame becomes Sacred Flame if I use my Holy Dice. Yeah. It's... God damn, I can't read through all of this shit.
This is the fault
Oh,
of
here we
line
go.
of
Faith in Heavens. I also gained the cantrip Reduce Flame. This particular flame does radiant damage instead of damage. You may add your wisdom modifier to the radiant damage of this produced flame. Huh. I know there's like something else.
Oh, there is no higher level to this.
I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I
just
don't know what the
wondering-
issue is. It's.
Yeah, I don't know if I should add another cantrip
I'm not
now or
I'm not
not.
sure what I'm supposed to be looking for. What? Here.
I'm just wondering if I need to add a cantrip.
Well, the thing
Um,
is, you're using a homebrew class, so it's like he doesn't exactly have.
I can't remember what all the math went into it either, because there's a lot of things that could have popped up that just automatically added an extra thing to your cantrips as well. Because I think, wasn't there a thing that allowed you to get like another extra cantrip? I'm trying to remember now.
I think it's like I can use my Radiant Produce Flame to heal any ally equal to, yeah.
That doesn't enter into the question. Cantrips? No, cantrips. Yeah, your first level, 3 cantrips. Choice of the free spell list, you can learn additional cantrips. Your choice at higher levels.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the second level Faith in Heavens. Under the Faith thing.
So I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so I can take.
Okay, because of Faith of the Heavens, you gain the cantrip Produce Flames. So technically,
So that
you
should
get.
be above and beyond your 3.
Yeah, so that should be above and beyond the 4 you originally have, which means you already had the 5, but now that you can do 5, which means you can still add another cantrip. So technically,
Okay, cool.
that adds on to your amount of cantrips.
Yeah,
Doesn't limit you from the ones you already have.
Yeah. Bonus spells don't count towards your total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your extra ability gives you that Produce Flame.
Yeah. It was just listed there, so I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going cantrip shopping now.
Derek, I sent you a question regarding spells.
Right,
I think inside play work well, but Contra Elemental is not without its charm. I'd say it's a toss-up between those two. Oh gosh. No.
I didn't know Conjure Volley was a thing. It's almost like a more powerful version of Fireball, except the damage type is whatever weapon you use to activate it.
64. 6.
You gotta remember, it doesn't count as non-magical or magical. Because most things are immune to non-magical damage. Like when you get more of the higher tier
Why
creatures.
is my brain so dumb?
Uh,
I'm gonna answer that. So it's just 7.
I'm gonna hate myself for saying
66.
this, Ozzy, but if you use Insect Plague, you get to do this little number. Guess what? Bees!
I get to be Oprah Winfrey.
He doesn't want to be over.
Bees! Theobald.
Let me look up Conjure Elemental real quick.
Sure, Theobald. Let's stick with another level cleric for right now.
Alright, let's see.
These mugheads might need some more patching up later.
I was also thinking maybe banishing Smite.
Oh god.
Because my character has the beef with demons, so...
Yeah, if you banish them into their plane, they're stuck there.
D8. Alright, he rolled a 5, not bad. D8, that's pretty good. And he also has Constitution plus 3, so that is 8 additional hit points.
Conjure Elemental. Alright.
Okay, so Theobald was already at 66? Okay.
It's a concentration for an hour, but
So
keep in mind it's
8.
concentration.
So it's
And the
76,
elemental can be level
74.
5 for challenge rating of 5 or lower. So, all right, let's look that up real quick.
I think I'm gonna go with this because it'd be more interesting. We already got an elemental.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. And I need to double check
Elemental.
what the NPC characters get. What actions do these characters get? Cleric. 9th level is actually where you reach for cleric because he has 1 level barbarian.
Actually, I'm
So
surprised by
actually, he
this
got
one.
nothing.
I'm surprised by this one, but do you know what it counts as? Oh my gosh, that counts as an elemental?
What?
He's got some more spell
Zorn.
slots. That's it.
Pretty sure
rogue.
Conjure Elemental just gives you a regular elemental based off of whatever element you use to summon it.
It gives you an elemental based on the challenge rating 5 or lower. I am looking at it. Let's see. Elemental challenge rating 5 or lower. Approximately to the area choose appears. So
I already added the insect plague to my sheet.
okay, so B's for everyone.
Yay!
Ranger.
I'm trying to decide guidance, spare the
Oh, too far.
spare the dying, I think. Yeah, spare the dying. I don't know, we don't seem to die too much though.
There's been some close calls here and there.
Actually,
I keep
Besides,
forgetting.
Who knows
You know what
God
I keep?
tossed at you today?
I keep forgetting I have the Wand of Web. We have not used that in forever.
It has been a while.
The last time we used that was against the Night Gaunts.
you know what surprised me is also on the elemental list and is 5 or lower.
Wait a minute. How long
For
have
our,
I don't even remember getting this.
What?
I forgot I had this.
Mental
You
spell
think that's
resistance. You have
embarrassing?
advantage on saving throws against spells.
You think that's
I
embarrassing?
don't even remember when I acquired this.
Oh wait, I forgot to type that in. Oh,
Shame,
see.
shame, shame.
So you've just been carrying it around unattuned.
Yep.
I just kept forgetting to put it on.
God damn it! I knew I had this. How did I forget?
Yeah.
Roguish archetype feature. Also proficiency.
I can also do
bonus.
resistance.
Did it automatically up her?
Or mage hand.
Here we
You
go.
do mage
Yeah.
hand.
Maybe up to her proficiency bonus. She got.
Do I want to go mage hand?
Oh.
It's so tempting.
5d6. So her.
Sit
sneak
there and
attack.
grope whoever I want.
Wait, what?
Nope, wrong spell. Mage hand breaks too easy. What you want is Big B's groping digit.
Yeah, so new spell that I acquired.
Insect plague. So indeed, you can use the bees. So 3d6.
Oh yeah,
so...
yeah. You notice that the chat's already
Oh wow. Turns out the sneak attack has been underpowered for a little while.
Yeah, it probably has.
It's been missing
well,
one die, and now it just went up
You know
another
what the
die
sad
too.
part is? We screwed up, and we still kicked everything's ass.
I know. I haven't been applying brutal critical.
Alright, I'm gonna go with
Roguish
mage
archetype feature. What is roguish archetype feature?
Well, it depends on what your roguish archetype is.
Yeah, that's their subclass. You never picked a subclass for her.
I'm pretty sure it did. No, see, yeah, she already has a roguish archetype at level 3. It's what feature? What do I give for a feature now? So what
Well,
was your?
what's the roguish archetype?
That's what I'm turning off the edit button to find out.
I'm assuming she probably was a thief.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't see her being an assassin.
Cunning action, thieves can't. Sneak attack. Or did I? Jesus, there's a lot here, and I'm not seeing anything. Unarmored defense, fast hands, uncanny dodge, cunning action.
Fast hands is from the thief roguish archetype.
Yeah.
Fast hands. Okay, so it is.
So the thing is, she should also already have second story work and supreme sneak.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, now she should have just gotten supreme sneak.
Which gives her automatic advantage on stealth checks. Boy, that would have been really useful in the dungeon.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of the most trolly thing you could have done with Conjure Elemental. Because apparently one of the elements you can summon is a 4-armed gargoyle. You could just have it fly off the big ship and just fly on their rowboats and just slowly let them sink.
Yeah, and the other one's climbing no longer costs you extra movement. Basically,
Wait a minute,
parkour.
Wait a minute, so she just hit level 10.
Level 9.
Right.
She has 1 level barbarian.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Gotta remember that.
Yeah, she'd be getting an ability score improvement right now if she
hadn't picked that barbarian, yeah.
What the hell? So thieves get an extra ability score improvement spot than the rest of the classes?
Well, they're not all the same. Some get more ability scores than others.
Yeah, rogue get an ass load more. Because they get the 4th, the 8th, 10th, 12th, 16th, 19th. Yeah.
They get an extra one. They get an extra one at level 10. Most people don't get that.
Yep. I'm aware of that.
What other classes get that, if at all?
That is kind of dickish to me. It's like, here, have another feat.
I think it's because the thieves, the rogues, the way they are, they're kind of weaker warriors aside from their sneak attack. Because I think unless you pick a specific archetype, they don't get an extra attack. They don't get any spells unless you're an arcane trickster.
No, I don't need
I don't know. They're pretty broke. They're pretty broken with the sneak attack.
I have these for
But they're also like one of the worst off classes if they're stuck in a one-on-one fight.
This could be useful. Alright. I haven't used very favorable win in a while, so. So, what do y'all think would be a more useful spell to prepare? Alter Self or Invisibility?
Huh?
What would be a more useful spell to prepare? Alter Self or Invisibility?
Yeah.
Depends. And we can't really tell you which depends is more likely to happen.
Which would be more tactically useful for you, to look like someone else or not be seen?
For a dungeon, Invisibility. For an infiltration mission, Alter Self.
Yeah.
No, we're no longer in a dungeon, so Alter Self it is.
Oh, you are going to abuse that horribly.
Yes, I basically just completely nullified my need for throwing knives because I have Eldritch Blast now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with the spells that prepared. Alright.
So, I guess aside from some of the coinage, there's going to be extra presents for the crew when we go back to the ship.
Guess what, everyone? More
Magical
gold!
daggers for everybody!
Magical daggers for everyone! And if you look under your seats, what? Babies! No!
I just like the chat. Point, counterpoint.
Oh, I'm picturing Thelonous reaction the first time I use Insect Plague.
Alright.
Supreme Sneak. And what does that boil down to?
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use Animate Deb because, as sad as that sounds, because I don't think anybody here wants me to bring corpses on this ship.
Well, not only that, we also very rarely have corpses that are suitable for you to use for Animate Dead because you can't usually animate monsters.
Right, exactly. It's like it has to be a pile of bones or a dead corpse. It's like, yeah, okay.
And most of the people we've been killing were on ships or in a really inconvenient area for you to reanimate.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, that's why
like being a necromancer on a sea adventure is probably like one of the least useful parties to be in as a necromancer.
Yeah, but I did keep Dance Macabre, which is a spell I used last time, because that feels more handy in battle if it comes up. And I also took Negative Energy Flood. Which, if you're curious about that one, let me look it up real quick.
Alright, that's Giselle updated. Now for the fun one. Let's backtrack all the way before Cleric to Barbarian.
Where is it? Oh yeah, it's by level. Okay, get the
Good.
bit already.
Oh, could you do me a small favor, Matt, and stop the music and restart it since I can't hear it because I had to reload?
Sure.
Oh god. Had nothing to eat today but a
10th level, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I've had nothing to eat today but a few handfuls of grapes.
Okay, so basically it does 5d12 necrotic damage, and it's a saving throw.
Path feature.
And if they die from it, they come back as a zombie under my control.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to the point that Thelona gets fed up and tries to kill you.
Half of the... Oh yeah, Totem Warrior is what he picked, I believe.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh?
Apparently there is a 5th level spell called Modify Memory. What book was it in? Oh, Basic Rules.
So... 10th level, Spirit Walker. You can cast the Commune with Nature spell only as a ritual. When you do so, spiritual version of one of the animals you choose for your totem spirit or aspect of the beast appears to you to convey information you seek. Okay, so Garoth has just learned his first spell.
So now Thelona is the only main character in the party that does not cast spells.
Wait, Garoth has spells now?
Yes, he
At
does.
level 10, he gets Spirit Walker. At level 10, you can cast the Commune with Nature spell, but only as a ritual, and you can do so. And when you do so, a spiritual version of one of the animal spirits you have chosen for your totem line or aspects can appear to you and convey the information you seek.
Yeah, that sounds less like spells and more just talking to his inner animal spirit. I guess the most non-spell spell possible. Well, actually, wait, Giselle doesn't have spells unless she...
Are we done
Giselle
with...
does not technically have spells either. Yeah, she only has abilities.
Are we done leveling up?
As soon as I get Spirit Walker in here.
Okay.
Did you already roll for their health?
Yeah. Geralf only went up by 5. Giselle went up, I believe, by 7, and Theobald was 9.
Oh, yeah, that's why their
8 or
health
9.
isn't max anymore. That's why.
Yep.
Okay.
Geralf.
I still have the third highest health.
Wow, I'm fourth.
Wait, are we doing long rest or something?
Not yet.
No.
I believe people wanted to talk the wizard up a bit.
Wait, you're not fourth highest health. You're second lowest.
Oh.
Giselle's the only person with less health than you.
And, oh, wait. No, she does have more health. Right.
I believe Thelonia's already stomped off to the ship.
I believe, no, she hadn't yet. You were still saying she was sitting there gritting her teeth.
Yeah, she wanted to. She was asking if she could kill the mage.
Oh, yes.
And I think Azina's response would have been like, "I know you're angry, but think about all the star metal and money we found out there."
Not helping.
The biggest haul we've ever had.
Well, at that point, then Thelona will stomp off toward the ship with a growl. A very feral growl.
Alright, there. Finally done.
Carrying her bag full of star metal and spider parts.
Forgot you took spider parts.
Yeah, she told me how to cook them.
Just get done and we're finally ready to go, and I get sent a random text message. Now what?
I thought it was me.
Uh-oh.
Okay, whatever.
Hmm.
Text joke from my mother. Alright, anyway. So Thelona is deciding that she just wants to stomp out.
I'm not allowed to kill the wizard. I'm done with the wizard. If I stay, I will kill the wizard.
Okay.
As I'm watching Wizard and other one basically start getting high.
Some people don't have chill, man.
Whoa, you're right.
And by the way, I would add, actually, Elena, that while you are getting some of this in you, you are completely mellowing out, but you're not, like, cognitively losing anything. Like, you're not completely, like, baked out of your brain. You're just, like, severely calm and fine with what's going on around you right now.
Oh, okay, so it's like, I can get used to this.
Right?
I'm just so chilled. Gareth, honey, can you carry me to the ship? I feel
Hey,
too chilled to walk.
hey, before you go running off too, puff, puff, pass.
Oh, right.
Takes it back.
Well, I kind of say to him, so I'm assuming you have to know a bit about demons, considering you've dealt with them.
He quickly nods a little bit as he gets another huff in. It comes in wizardly nature if you ever want to get up there fast. Yeah, I've had some dealings.
Oh, out of character? We had determined what type of demon it was that I encountered before, right? But I don't remember what that was either.
I remember.
I
I still have nightmares from it. Gasper, whatever the 4-claw one.
Yeah, I know it's a demon, and I know we had it down somewhere, but I can't remember where it is at the moment either. Actually, would that be somewhere in this chat too?
No,
wait,
because it was mentioned in game.
Yeah, it was mentioned in game,
Oh.
but it would have been actually in the in-game chat on Discord.
Yeah, but
is what I'm saying.
that's going to be
where we would've-
massively buried by memes because of our usual
a whole bunch of
conversation.
memesters
I'll
up in here.
I'll show you
All
all
we
in a
do
second.
is
I
meme.
remember. I remember it. It's the
Yeah, but there was like a specific name he'd given it for the Conan setting. I just can't remember what it was called.
copy.
Matt, you need to write these things down.
There it is. I see it.
Hey.
Yeah, I know what a Glabrezu is, but that's not what it's called here because that's not a thing in Conan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I had it in one of the books. So actually, let me pull that up really quick because that should not take more than a couple minutes. And I can actually have the proper name for it in game. Damn it! Now where did it? Desktop. That's where I want to go first. Gotta get to my Conan PDFs that I paid money for. Because they're good for in-game. Even if you're not using their system.
The way I feel about all those Star Wars RPG books I have, my God, they got a lot of lore in there, even if I don't use the actual system.
Mm-hmm. Was it out here? No, it would be in the actual Conan folder because it was more Conan related, right?
Yeah.
That's the Exiles book. That'd probably be the horrors, I think. It'd either be Deadlock. Assassins. Or was it actually in the main handbook? I'm not sure. Beastmasters, mutations. Actually, I'm beginning to think maybe it was in the main handbook. Let me open that up really quick.
I think I found the image, but I don't think this is what we called it because it just says Dark Demon.
Called Scots. I don't think this was it either. Let me find. Where did the. Oh, do I still have it in here? I bet you I still have it in there. Yeah. Betcha I still have the core rulebook in the zip. Yep.
3 weeks later.
Do you want the name of the demon or not?
Wait, are you guys gonna be... How would my character even react to that, to you guys talking about a demon out in the open? Probably be praying softly to myself.
she'd raise an eyebrow, but she wouldn't like immediately start pointing fingers, shouting heresy, unless she knew the reason why they were suddenly asking about it.
Considering we just killed a bunch of demons down in that dungeon.
Probably just gonna, like, mutter a few prayers to myself under my breath. Over in the corner.
Did I do this? No.
Right, so that was what I was looking for. It said something about. Okay, mortal foes, wild beasts, monstrous foes. This seems familiar. Getting close at least. Ah! I remember now. The Devil of the Outer Dark.
Devil of the Outer Dark. That's what. Okay. Yeah, that's why I can't remember. That's a bit more complicated
It's a
name than I thought it
yeah.
was.
It's not just a Dark Devil. It's a Devil of the Outer Dark.
And I think the image the thing I posted in the chat is what we had decided it looked like.
Zip back down to where we were at. Jump to present, please. There we go. Yeah, that was one of the images we came up with. Yes. So you're asking him about the Devil from the Outer Dark?
Yeah. Do you know anything about the Devil from the Outer Dark?
Interesting critter. Takes another quick puff. But what I understand, there's some people that can summon those things at will. It's stuff I wouldn't touch.
So I say, well, the person I'm seeking vengeance against used one of them to destroy my original crew that I was a part of.
He was halfway through a huff when you mentioned that, and then you just see an eyebrow raise up. Damn, man. You're up against some heavy shit. So that would mean that whoever you're dealing with here is attached to another god or some form of deity. And not a very good one at that.
I kind of say, you're pretty knowledgeable. Maybe you've heard of the guy. His name's Baron Vic Sturm.
I'm gonna roll for him on this one.
Scaroff's carrying away Belena, and she just goes, "Far out, man! I know that kind of level of shit. Serving an evil god."
I meant to say
I think you need a nap.
Also, I think I meant to say Stern and not Sturm.
Ooh. He smokes. He ponders it over in his head for a moment. It does seem to be familiar to me. So you're talking about pirates, right?
Right.
I think he's part of that group that's been causing trouble on the West Coast. He takes another slow huff of his joint. I assume you're waiting for more?
Oh yeah, okay. So no, okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure
because
if
if you're just kind of waiting there for more, he's just like, I can't say I've had any personal dealings, but apparently there's been a lot of trouble on the West Coast of late. That's also why I've been having some traffic once in a while.
Oh yeah, the only reason I survived is the demon probably unintentionally knocked me off the ship.
Lucky trick.
I can't. Does anyone else have anything they want to say to him?
You see here. Let me look up my bio here that I wrote down.
As Valena's being carried away by Garoff, she goes, "That's far out. Do they have any weaknesses?"
That's a good point.
I'm like so much here when I'm like this.
Oh, maybe I'll ask him about the have you seen any ships? They had black flags with an eclipse with a white outline of a raven over the eclipse. Do you know where these people came from?
He blinks, looks at you, and then looks back at Xena, points at her, and goes, "You're after the same people. Small world." Takes another huff.
With that said, how exactly does this travel we're doing work?
Oh, you're already over here. You're literally on River Styx, or at least a little ways from it. Takes another inhale.
Where's the River Styx on the...
You're looking between Shem and Stygia, right over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's really far away from where we were.
Yeah, technically, this little shortcut, while it did take you a few days in a dungeon, has probably saved you over a week or more of travel across the desert.
Wow.
It's a nifty trick, man. Might even say, yes, he pokes the joint back in his mouth. It's far out.
No, I just had a thought. Has he had like any reaction to the fact that a water elemental came in with us?
He's seen water elementals before. As long as it's being tame and not making a mess, he doesn't have any worries. He's very calm.
All right. What was his name? What was the guy's name?
Oh, you mean the wizard's name?
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Solomon.
Solomon. I go, Solomon, thank you for your help. I hope you enjoy that good shit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. And he's kind of leaned back to inhale. He looks up, and you suddenly see him go wide-eyed for a moment. He looks up. Oh shit! Right, and he gets up, quickly wanders over to a closet and starts pulling out pots. And if you look up at the I assume that at that point you're looking up at the ceiling, and he actually must have left him a note at one point that says literally plant seeds. I'm so sick and tired of sending people down there and not coming back. I'm gonna make sure some of this stuff starts growing around here, man.
Alright,
I do have one other thought.
6 more months of that bullshit? Hell no. Fuck that demon.
I did have one last thought. This is like an Azina thing more than story important. But I go, oh yeah, I don't suppose you got any booze I can buy off of you, do you?
He sets down the pot that he currently has, kind of stands up again, thinks for a moment as he looks around. Don't normally have need for drink, but and he looks up higher in the closet. You do see there's a small rack up there that's apparently meant to hold wine bottles, and he, of all things, pulls out this oblonged bottle, and sure enough, it's labeled whiskey. Or not whiskey, rum across the front.
Oh, it's rum. Okay.
Rum whiskey. Okay, got it.
Apparently I got some rum. Must have been left over from a party.
Yeah, like...
No, the bottle says whiskey, but it's been crossed off. And
crossed off whiskey, it says rum now.
Yes!
Like Azina kind of looks like she's gonna start drooling on herself, or drooling because she wants it. But I go, any chance I can have that?
Sure, I got no use for it. I prefer wine anyway. Just hands it off.
Yeah, I go. You don't want anything for it?
Besides, he points at all the seeds, the plants, and then looks down at all the pots. I got some work to do, and you've helped me already. He actually wanders over to the desk, grabs a handful of seeds, and just starts putting them into one of the pots.
Alright, I'm going to wait for
and then reaches over to a
Azina.
bag of thing of dirt that he also had in there and pours it on top of the seeds. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely go. This will help take the edge off for me. I just take like a swig out of the bottle. I'm assuming
It does taste of rum. It's a little strong, like it's been fermenting for a while, but it's still rum.
Alright, I don't.
All right.
I think I might try to ask him about the artifact that my people have found.
Oh, so you're going to ask him about the artifact? Okay.
Yeah, because I still have the artifact in my robe, so
Mm-hmm.
see if he recognizes it. Excuse me, sir. Do you recognize this figure?
Ooh, gonna have to go another roll for that. He does get some extra bonuses though because he might know something even, well, detached from it. Oof. He looks it over. He seems a little confused at first. He's like, if I don't miss my guessing, I think this is some sort of ritual artifact. Got some bad mojo off that though. I'd be careful of that, and slowly hands it back to you.
Okay. I'll have to try to keep it purified. So I just kind of hide it in my robes again.
He
So
kind
then I
of he
turn to
nods a little bit.
Azina.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess around with that too much.
I turn to Azina. I'm like, "Well, madame, are you willing to take on another boarder for the ship?"
I just kind of raise my eyebrow and go, "Well, we're going the same direction anyhow, and you helped out. You've proven you can handle yourself in a fight. I
For
don't
what
see
little
why not."
fighting we've done. Okay. For what little fighting I've done at the monastery, so.
You kids have fun looting the West Coast now. Y'all come back now, you hear?
I just kind of smile and go,
yeah.
"If we do come back, you want a souvenir?"
He kind of blinks, thinks for a moment. Maybe you'll hold her for one of these, he points to his joint. I've always thought about it, I never had one.
Elena just, as she's being carried across by Geralt, she makes a peace sign and goes, "Peace out."
You are a little overbaked.
I just kind of bow and say, "Thank you for all your help, Solomon."
No problem. Enjoy yourselves, and don't get into too much trouble.
All right, so I'm assuming we're all heading back to the ship now.
As we're heading back to the ship, Elena's just combing with her fingers Geralt's hair and going, "Your hair is so soft."
Oh, Lord. I hope this doesn't stay for very long. And you do leave the tower. There is a little bit of a path that goes around the tower back towards the river, and just a little ways past being underneath the tower, you do see your ship sitting there. Roger seems to be at the helm along with... Oh, I forget his name now. I need to look at the list of names again.
I imagine we're also kind of dragging a bag that has all of our freaking loot in it.
Yeah, Roger's sitting there with Tarthun at the helm. You do see Subutai up in the crow's nest kind of looking around for a brief moment before he sees the group coming around the tower. And then he starts climbing his way back down. And yeah, you see, there's probably a few heads quickly turned, not only seeing movement, but also seeing these hefty burlap sacks that a couple of you are probably carrying. And they're just looking at you guys with eyebrows raised, like, what the hell now?
All right, so because Roger and Tarthun are basically my third and fourth in command.
Basically.
So I ask them to gather the crew when we arrive for a meeting.
All right. So Tarthun's like, I will go inside and get the cook, and Roger's like nods as well and kind of steps up to the back of the ship and gives a general shout out. Lads, meeting 5 minutes. And a few of them, a few that were actually not on the ship, actually come back to the ship. There was a few of them out near the tree line hunting and stuff. So about roughly 5 minutes, and everyone's on deck ready.
Talona's a little late.
Oh,
Oh. Thought you would have gotten to the ship before anyone
Well,
else.
she did, but she had to clean off all the dungeon grime, and then completely had her change clothing because, well, she
her
didn't
outfit's
have
ripped
much
up.
left.
Yeah. So she needs a few moments to bathe and also switch outfits.
Okay. Are we gonna use the other screen with the ship where all the crew's there, or are we just gonna leave it here here?
I'm figuring we're leaving it here. The one with the ship, honestly, is mostly for if you need like to worry about combat
Combat.
and stuff on the boat.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
So So yeah. So we got what?
You got the list.
We got 8 named people.
Oh, you're talking about the crew.
aside from the one, aside from the
Conrad,
player,
Gunther, Carnwyn,
yeah, and then there's also a couple.
Narastir, Roger, Subotai, Carthun, and Tridian, who is, I believe, the cook. Yeah,
There's a we also got like a
and at least
like,
a couple other unnamed generic ship hands. Yeah.
yeah, we got like 3 generic guys that joined us that we haven't named because you can't
And
name
at some
every
point, you
single
just gotta
crewmate.
go. They are
Your
ship
guy
goons.
2, your guy 3. Well, anyhow, once
You.
everybody's
Your
so
sail
everybody's
boy
free.
number
Larry,
3.
Mo, and Curly, yeah.
once everybody's gathered, I kind of look around and see if anyone's kind of has any, if any of the crew members are reacting to the fact that there's suddenly another person on the ship.
Surprise!
Because hilarious.
There are a few looks, but as far as most of the longer staying crew are concerned, it's another one. We got another one aboard. Okay.
Yeah, every time
go.
they come off, they come back with more.
We
I
adopted
say-
somebody else. Congrats.
I say, well, first of all, this is Belarius. I don't know. Wait, are you a guy? I can't remember.
Valerius has been trying to
yes,
be as
I'm
nonchalant
Valerius.
about that.
I am presenting as a man. I am biologically a woman.
Oh yeah, I
pretty much-
remember. I remember
Yeah.
now. Azina like saw through her disguise but didn't say anything about it.
Was it
Mhm.
Azine? I thought it was
Yeah.
Giselle.
It was
No.
Azina.
Yeah,
okay.
I
Giselle
think
might
I
have
did.
also known, but she doesn't really show many signs on that.
I think
Okay.
I did a perception check or something and I noticed it. But I say this is Belarius. The wizard also sent him down into the dungeon for the same task, and well, he's heading the same direction as us. So I don't know if he's gonna join the crew or not. But just he's a passenger for now.
Yes, I was sent to help these people out.
It's probably about this time Thalona comes in, now changed into her croc skin outfit, and knocking the rest of the dust and grime off of the pirate hat that she constantly wears on her head.
So and then after that, I kind of I pull out my map because I go, okay, where are we exactly? We got to figure out where we're heading.
Well, if we're in the west, I would think our destination would be Tortage.
What is it?
Tortage. It's basically the pirate. It's the pirate town.
Yeah, but I think we're like around here on the map.
Yeah, they're
We're-
very
no, we're-
different locations. So
we're
you're still
here.
over here.
We're here, but yeah, Tortage is somewhere here in the Baraka Isles.
Yeah, well, like our first destination though, because we're gonna need to get to a town for supplies.
It depends on where we are on the river. Oh, to be
Nipper.
honest, I would almost prefer to wait until we were in Shamar Argos. Stygia can be a little nasty.
So you're saying we should wait till we can reach Asgulon?
That would be my choice, yes. Unless we're so far east on the river that we can stop at Nipir.
Are we, or are we, Matt?
Roger would actually pipe up at this point. As far as I'm aware, Cotton, we're actually a fair ways east of Napier still, so Napier would be on our way in one of the few safe places.
All right, that'll be our next stop before we just go the rest of the river without stopping till we reach the sea.
I do
Elena
not have
just
pleasant memories of Stygia.
nods with all wide-eyed.
I've never been to Stygia, but I haven't heard good things about it.
As a matter of fact, as you're kind of mentioning Stygia and not hearing good things about it, Roger's one of the few. Actually, Roger and Tarthun almost at the same time are like, "Get me," and shake their heads very disapprovingly.
Okay. I go, so, okay, we've got that figured out. Then the next thing is, I kind of wave Roger and Tarthun over.
They'll walk over.
And I kind of go through the loot real. This probably actually takes a little bit, but
This part will probably take them a while, but yeah, you can at least get the rest of the crew started, and then you can take them aside and start going through all the loot.
Yeah, but basically, I'm giving them 9,000 silver and 1,200 copper to split amongst the crew. The non-party members.
They've never seen this much, even as pirates. They've never seen this much coin, and they've seen a fair amount of coin in their time. They're just like, kind of back and forth, looking around, like, what the fuck? As they're practically almost flooded up to their ankles in coins, trying to help you count this stuff out.
But basically, I'm giving them a good chunk of the less valuable coins to divvy up, which, even with their value being what they are, with the quantity, it's like they're gonna be fed for a while.
Oh yeah. Tarthun's first comment is, "By the gods, we're gonna be feeding off of fat pigs for a year. Give me some of this."
By the way, Matt, on the way to the boat, Thelona did get rid of the spider parts because those were to basically eat while they were in the dungeon, and they're not there anymore. So.
All right. So those
her bag is just full of the star metal.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long does the water elemental last?
It lasts as long as it can live.
Oh. Then what's the crew's reaction to it on the ship?
Keeping their distance and making sure not to piss it off.
Oh yeah,
you're the resident witch. As far as they're concerned, as long as you and it aren't annoyed, they're not going to be in any danger right now. Tarthun in particular would be the only one that wouldn't be that nervous, and he's just kind of like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, if I notice him commenting on that, I go, oh yeah, she drank out of a random pool in the middle of the dungeon, and that thing just came out of it for some reason.
Or some people have all the luck then. Kind of looks it over again.
I go, yeah, right. I mean, it could have been poison.
Very true, especially in a demon-possessed dungeon.
And Blaine's like, really? As she's just patting Garoff.
You never know in a dungeon.
Yeah, so they're getting all that.
I'm just studying the map because I know what comes a little bit after Nippur is the city of Luxor.
Yeah, we're ignoring Luxor.
Yeah, you want to ignore Stygia if you want to keep your skins on your head.
Yeah, unless we were like worshippers of Set, we wouldn't want to go into Stygia.
There may be some places in Stygia, but it's not even the Set worshippers, it's the crazy folk, and there's a lot of them, and they're a-holes too.
Okay, so here's what I'm doing with the rest of the loot. Every single one of the main party, the 7 we got here now, is getting 1,000 silver.
Jeez.
1,000 gold. And
1,000 silver.
Where's the calculator? And 38 platinum.
1,000 silver, 1,000 gold, and 38 platinum.
Yeah. And so the remaining 4 platinum and 300 gold is going into the ship fund.
1,000 gold and 38 platinum, you said?
Yep.
38, so 47. Thousand.
All the players are adding that to their sheets, right?
I already have.
And
Oh,
Mind you,
God.
Shem's not a pleasant place either, but it's more pleasant than Stygia.
any place is full of a-holes and deplorables, but yeah, Shem has kind of learned its lesson though at the same time too, because they were subjugated for quite a while.
Yeah, they were.
What was that about the? Are we adding the money to our?
Yeah, you have to add the money to your character.
Okay, so how much do we get?
1,000 gold, 1,000 silver, and 38 platinum.
Because we're just now divvying up the money we acquired in the dungeon.
So suddenly you're just handed these 3 monstrous bags of money and another smaller one.
Yeah, and I gave a lot of the lesser coins to the crew members that, take care of the ship.
And they're basically taken care of for a year at this rate, and even with their numbers.
I mean, I'm sure they would have really loved the gold, but they also don't really need it for what they've been doing. Now I can clean out all this coinage from my notes, so I don't have to worry about remembering. And that's not even including the gems that we still have sitting around that we can sell.
Yeah.
Which not all of which have value amounts tied to them.
Hey, Cap, we should put that in ship fund.
The gems?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it'll help the ship, or maybe even get a better ship if we need it. So, who knows?
I'm keeping the leather boots with bronze buckles. Add
I like these boots. These look like nice boots.
Because I don't have. It's not like I have magic boots, so.
None of us do, I don't think.
Not currently.
Looks like we're going to have a few days of river navigation.
I gave the one. We got like a statue of a temple that I gave to Theobald because I figured he might be interested in it. Like with this much loot, it's like some of it you might as well keep for sentimental reasons.
Are we ready to depart?
Oh, I've kind of figured by the time they were splitting up all the money that the ship had already been going.
He called an immediate meeting.
Hold on.
I think he's still sorting something right now.
Yeah, I'd assume that we've started moving the ship now while Roger and Tarthun are trying to divvy up the coins.
You walked on the ship and said meeting.
I think that was Rogers who said it.
Well, anyhow, yeah, I would have immediately after dealing with a bunch of this shit, I would definitely get the navigator to get the ship going.
Mm-hmm.
How wide is this river, by the way, Matt?
How does one begin to describe rivers when they're not really a geography person? It's a decent sized river. Definitely a decent sized river. This is probably one of the main riverways in this area, to be fair. It's
'Cause
big
we're
enough
not.
that the boat could have shared the space with another boat exactly its size and not have an issue.
Okay.
So there's wiggle room, and as long as you're not seeing any other boats, you can literally just ride down the middle of it and not give a care.
Okay. So it's not like we have to keep watchers out to make sure we're not going to hit the sides.
Yeah, it's not like a me panic watch all sides. It's more of a leisurely, let's get going. There's enough space.
Okay, I wanted to be sure because
Mhm.
it looked more narrow than the rivers west of there on the map.
Oh yeah, the rivers get much bigger towards the west, but that's also because they're not in the middle of a bleeding desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been here for some of the other stuff, but the others seem very calm with this river. They've been on very similar rivers for a while.
Speaking of the fact that this is in desert, is depth going to be an issue?
As far as you're seeing, not really. This seems to be, again, this is a very well traversed river. It seems wide enough and thus far deep enough for a boat this size. It looks like further up ahead it might narrow, but it's hard to tell from the current spot you're in how narrow it's going to get.
Yeah, does the boat have a weighted rope?
How do you mean?
It's something they use to actually check the depth of an area.
I would assume if it's the measuring rope, then yeah, that would be something that's usually standard.
Yeah, I would probably do a depth check just to be on the safe side. I don't trust this area.
Yeah, you send. So I assume that'd be something you send one of the deck boys off to do.
Yes.
Take a measurement. It's not extremely deep by any means, but it's more than suitable enough for the ship to pass through currently, it seems. I would say it's like... I'd say it's at least...
Subutais are watchmen, right?
Subutai has been one of the people up in the crow's nest most frequent, yeah.
I would go over, keep an eye out. Stygia is known for its weird events, and I would not want one to hit us with our backs turned, so to speak.
Subutai nods. I've been keeping an eye. I know the stigma Stygia. I've not been too far from this area myself before. Kind of looks around a little bit. At least we have some cover currently. There is a small bit of tree line to the south of you at the moment.
I was just in the desert itself a couple of months ago. It was not a experience I wish to relive.
He kind of knowingly nods. Yeah, not many friendly people over that way.
I was very lucky to make it out alive.
I was gonna say the rest of the stuff that we got, Azina would have taken off into her cabin to sort through, to decide what I'm gonna do with it.
Well, you don't have the star medal, but you know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The female barbarian is very possessive of the star medal.
Yeah, I was mainly talking about like the gems and trinkets that we found.
The ingots have already been stacked in Felona's quarters.
Yeah, at some point, I would probably go up to Giselle and say, they're not really my thing, but do you have any interest in earrings? And I kind of hold out the iron earrings that we found.
She kind of looks over them for a little bit, kind of notices that there's a little bit of detail to them. There's some uses I could have for this. Thank you. Kind of pockets them for now. And I do believe, yeah, you can't see it because she's got a hood and stuff usually, but she does actually have a few smaller earrings on her ear,
Okay.
on her ears. So
Yeah, she's got a hood and she's got long hair, so like she's got a lot obfuscating her ears.
normally, yes.
Let's see. The other thing, the other thing that's jewelry related that um probably wouldn't be that great for someone who's trying to sneak around. I go find Velena.
Valena comes out of her cabin, and you hear Garroff snoring, and she just kind of straightens up her outfit and goes, "Oh, Captain."
I go, I know you like looking pretty for Garroth, so would this be any interest to you? And I hold out the painted glass necklace.
Oh, why, yes. Thank you, Captain. And she holds up the necklace and turns around her neck and then tightens it on and goes, "Thank you, Captain." Captain, I have a question.
Sure. What?
What do you think of our newest initiate? I think he's seems like a nice fellow. Do you think they'll be willing to join the crew?
I don't know. He's looks a little bit more religious-y than Theobald.
That's saying something. She goes, "Well, if there's nothing else, Captain," she kind of gives a curtsy bow, and she goes back in the room, and you just hear Garrow snoring. He's like,
That just leaves the feather talisman and hunter's cap, and I'm not going to decide what to do with those right now. I'm assuming we probably going to crash like soon after this because just
Oh yeah,
After
that
all
was,
that.
that was,
a
that
lot
was-
of you
that
have
was-
been in a dungeon literally for days.
Yeah, that's what Thelona was about to do after making sure that got the crew properly paranoid. Was that she was going to go down and
After
crash,
everything
but
is
she's still
properly been
wounded.
sorted through, yeah.
yeah. So Azina just takes like the bag with the rest of the gems in it and just like grips it fiercely as she lies down in her bed and goes to sleep.
My shinies.
My precious.
and Valena calls up to Garroff and goes, "Hey, precious. Seriously, hands off."
you don't see it, but as the camera slowly moves over and gets around to the other side of Geralt, you just see him laying there, wide-eyed, nervous all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, beads of sweat.
Well, beats of sweat, and as you focus in on his face, you just hear the internal screaming.
She kisses him on the cheek and just pats him on the chest. And she just lays her head and snuggles right next to his.
After you start being a little more normal, he sighs softly and starts to go back to snoring.
I'm sorry. I'm imagining the look at his face. What was that movie about the writer that had a vehicle crash and was rescued by the psychotic fan?
Oh yeah, Misery.
Misery.
Yes. I just imagine Garroth's face being the expression of the guy from Misery.
All I got is him wide-eyed in bed, and you hear the Pink Floyd in the distance. This relationship is awkward as fuck.
Yes, it is.
Well, let's be honest. Elena's crazy as you know it.
Velena's a frickin' yandere.
Valena, she's not yet in a pecan log.
I just picture like what's her? Oh yeah, from freaking Future Diary, just going, "Oh, Karoth, I won't let anyone have you."
Jeez.
Literally, he pulls out a 10-foot pole from nowhere, pushes her back. Get away. Get away.
I was kidding. I was kidding. Anyways,
And as he pokes her to get away, she just lights it on fire and comes after him anyways. Ah!
All right.
Do we hit the long rest button?
Yeah,
just
I
kind of-
assume you're going to long rest until late evening, early next morning.
Whenever the crew says "City ahoy,"
That might be a while. I've decided.
Yeah, it depends on how fast you can go on this river. I mean, I take it we're at least past the bend, so that we're heading west.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the ship is indeed heading west after you get back onto the mainstream.
So it's not like the tower takes us clear the hell out in Darfar.
No.
Oh, that'd be fun. Start the plane, Jack! Start the plane! Yeah.
I hate snakes.
But
Why is it always gotta be snakes?
you leave
Anyway.
the tower, there's 50
It's
cannibals
set.
out there looking at you.
Of course it's snakes.
But no, so we're after the bend, so
Yeah.
Long
it's a
rest.
it's a day, maybe two, I think, to Nippur.
And long rest. Alright. My 3 have been rested.
Okay. I'm rested.
Look at all of them filled health bars. Yay.
Yay!
So I assume you eventually wake up the next day. I'm gonna assume that with how long it took, you guys were at least in that dungeon for 2 days, and it was getting almost to evening by the time you got the ship rolling, anyways. And so the
Okay,
rest
so
of the crew
it was
do their
probably-
normal shifts.
So Thelona was probably up for a couple hours, just getting the crew briefed and everything, and then just
Yeah, double checking everything before they were full takeoff, and then everything's going smoothly, so it's time for bed.
and then she just probably clutched her side as she staggered down into her room and basically passed out.
I forget, do you guys actually share rooms on the bed?
Yeah, well, Thelona does.
I think Elena and Garoth do.
I was gonna say, I think for sure Valena and Garoth definitely do. So Thelona is sharing a room with Theobald now.
Yeah, they agreed to do that to save space.
I can't remember if we. I don't.
Actually, yeah, to save space, maybe Azina and
They-
Giselle have
they-
too.
Yeah, I
don't
would
know
guess
where
maybe.
I'm
Yeah,
at.
I think after Azina and Giselle actually got involved, Azina would have started letting her stay in the captain's cabin with her.
Mm-hmm. Gets to be on the fancy bed.
Mhm.
Which
I don't
means
know.
that
I just assumed I was in hammocks somewhere.
well,
Yeah.
it's more likely
probably
the
are.
rest of the crew are in hammocks, so you might have actually gotten at least one of the spare areas, because technically there used to be additional 3 bedrooms taken, and I'm sure there's enough people in the crew that at least 2 of those rooms have been filled up, so there might be a 3rd room yet for you down there.
Yeah, I would assume that maybe because, especially because she's a guest, we'll give her one of the rooms that's vacated by the
By the original main crew,
by the original party members, and so that means there would have been 3 rooms freed up. So I would assume the other 2 would have went to Roger and Tarthun.
most likely, and maybe anyone else they're willing to share them with, if they want to let crew in to also sleep, and not just in the big empty hole.
What's
Big
Azina's
empty
ship
hold.
called?
I think it was called the Sea's Vengeance.
Yeah.
It was something like that, yeah.
And we have a large the what's it called? The figurehead at the front of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I think is a there's like a large wooden bear on the front of the ship.
So, yeah, speaking of which, since it actually has come up more than once.
Oh,
And there's
it's
a-
black. It's black. I can't see a thing.
And there's also a random pirate just out in the middle of
Out in the water.
Hey guys, you left me. Hey guys.
Guys! Guys! Oh no, they're all asleep. Oh.
Gets shot by a random bow and arrow that he didn't see, some archer that he didn't see, just oh,
And he's
slowly
getting pulled by a
sinks.
rope. No, he gets pulled by a rope and he's like too short. And he's like, oh, just my look.
Okay, so did you just switch back to this for the heck of it?
Since Aaron was a bit curious about the ship, yeah.
Oh, because she has never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen the ship.
Yeah, we've actually went through 2 smaller ships before this because actually the first
The
ship
first
is
one
actually
was more of a
sitting on
large
this-
rowboat, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually sitting right here. That's my
Yeah.
original ship.
Can you imagine the crew trying to fit into that now?
Like back when we were using that, it was literally just me, Valena, and Garroth. That was it.
Yeah. Actually, Matt, is it morning now for the in-game?
Yeah, I was saying that before we got to showing off before we were discussing quarters, yeah, that it's morning.
Valena is just gonna wake up. No. Honey, you need to wake up. You gotta get to training before Thelona throws you out of bed again.
He usually, when he's actually woken, he kind of almost jumps up to begin with. But as you're doing it this morning, he very almost unwillingly kind of slowly rolls out of bed, slowly wanders over to his gear.
And she
Slowly-
just gives him a big hug when he's up with his feet up. And it's like, he's my big strong man. Okay.
He
Have
reaches
fun with
back,
train.
slowly pats the back of your head, finishes gathering up the rest of his gear, and starts to head for the.
Have fun and
the
train.
deck.
She just goes back to bed and just pulls the covers all over her head.
See you at breakfast. Kind of gets moving and closes the door behind him.
Of course, this map still has my old icon.
Yeah, the old
yeah.
token. My token's not even on here.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'll have to move them around and transfer yours over.
This is great because now I can look at the list and I can see the NPCs by their icons. So
Mm-hmm.
except for the few that apparently Matt has still kept hidden.
Well, there's a few of them that are just generic, so they don't have a character.
Yeah, they don't
sheet.
really have a character icon per se.
Yeah, but like I can't see. Oh, what's his name? The
Debutai.
yeah, Subutai. I can't.
I
see
think
him.
I think there was like a reason he didn't put
Oh.
make his visible.
His is right here.
Yeah, I know
Yeah, but
that.
his character sheet, we can't see his character sheet. I think there was a reason for that. I forgot what it was
can't
though.
remember.
I think it was a story reason because we don't know who he is.
It was basically, yeah, because you don't know who he is. He's almost like a fourth NPC for me, but yeah, I'm actually trying to. I'll check what I do with him. Okay, right. Yes, he's got some of the things. Yes.
And I can't see the sheet for this one either.
I think
that's one of
he's
the
one of the generic
generics.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is why that random one that's out in the middle of the ocean north of the ship is also that same icon.
Okay. This
Yeah,
guy
he's
I
one of the
can
generic
see.
boys.
This guy I can see. Okay. Yeah. All right.
You
I
can
was
see
just
everybody except Debutai and the generics, basically.
And the main NPCs.
Yep.
Although I can see Giselle for some reason. And Theobald. Oh no, and Gareth. I can see all three now. Okay. I used to only see Giselle, so.
Anyhow, while everybody's having breakfast, I do want to talk to Roger again.
Oh, so at breakfast then? Okay.
Yeah, at breakfast, I kind of wave Roger over to sit down and talk with me.
Yeah, nods and sits across from you.
I go, you've been pretty loyal. You've been part of this crew for so long, in spite of the fact that I initially recruited you by beating the crap out of you.
he kind of looks down at his food for a moment, then kind of looks to the others and just goes, "Same with a lot of us at this point, Captain."
Yeah, I go, well, since you're my third in command, I think I should aid you in being able to defend yourself a little more. I hand him my 4 Acheronian daggers.
He kind of looks stunned for a moment.
I say I've mainly been using them as ranged weapons, and I don't really need them anymore because I've developed a new ability, and I just like Eldritch Blast a random barrel.
Literally sits straight up and looks over, slightly surprised as you basically pop the top off of a barrel. I see, Captain, and kind of slowly reaches over and grabs the daggers. He does seem to check them out for a moment. He's just like, and pulls out his generic weapon at his side and just kind of puts it on the table and starts getting the daggers situated at his hip so he can actually use them as melee weapons.
Go. They are magical, so if you somehow end up in a situation where you're fighting something that you can't hurt without magic, they'll work.
I see, Captain. Yeah, they are definitely, he pulls one of them out, of interesting quality. I don't see them looking like that very often, do you? And because it's Acheronian, for those that don't know, Acheronian basically looks like a very dark steel or unusually black metal. So it's that and usually some sort of intricate designs, at least on the handles. So it's like, you can tell this is some odd stuff, and that's gonna probably hurt something pretty decently. If you don't know exactly what it does.
Oh, I can't wait till we get our star metal weapons. Battles with lens flare.
I can't see a thing.
I can't see a thing, but it sounds glorious.
Our game becomes directed by Michael Bay. Or no, J.J. Abrams.
I was gonna say, that's explosions.
It's a collaborative effort because we blow shit up too.
Lens flare. Explosions!
Shaky cam.
Explosions with lens flare.
With shaky cam.
The audience is now blind.
Anyway.
I'm just trying to change my ammo on my freaking sheet.
So Thelona gets up a full hour late.
So Garoff is basically already out there practicing by himself by the time Thelona shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, usually I'm the one waking you. You're actually, I just completely ruined that. Funny, you're the one usually waking me.
Usually I'm not healing in my sleep.
A little bit for all of us.
Who is Thelona, who has bandages wrapped all around her chest, and chest and waist, because I think that's where she took critical hits.
I believe Garoff would still have some noticeable scrapes along his shoulder and probably one along his chest, but otherwise he seems to be patching up fine.
I mean, the last 2 days I've been bitten, stabbed, whipped. So I decided to sleep in.
You forgot spat at and bled on.
Luckily not dissolved, because we didn't actually
true.
fight the slimes.
Oh, and sprayed with acid.
Fun times.
To be honest, I'm looking forward to going into port. I could do with a day off. Did they have a good ale house?
We can only hope. I trust them to have a better alehouse in the north than I do in the south of this area. And kind of looks back towards the south as you have been progressing for a ways, and the trees are starting to thin out and open up a little bit on the south side now.
No, in the north, I expect a good mead house.
Is
Here, I hope for a good ale house.
Well, he was
Assuming this
talking
is
about North Shore, but sure.
assuming this is going on after breakfast?
Well, this is their practice before breakfast,
Oh,
but they're about ready to go to breakfast if nothing else though too. So
Yeah,
So-
this probably Thelona just did a bit of stretching instead of practicing because she was so late. And of course, stretch, pop. Oh, nope, not doing that again.
I think I heard a timber break. Kind of looks over in her direction. Oof.
I think I may have popped a stitch. Maybe a wrap. I don't know. I'll have to check. Let's go eat. I
Food
heal better
sounds a
on
good
full
job
stomach.
now.
Yeah.
Some real food.
Just been praying in my room. I go up to breakfast. Probably got up around the same time as they did to practice.
Probably. So if you spent like about an hour or so praying to yourself, and then got up for breakfast. By the time everyone's in there for breakfast, Ozina has already been talking to Roger for a bit. Trentian has already set up the usual breakfast affair. Pancakes, some bacon, a few eggs they've gotten from the crocodiles while you guys were gone.
Breakfast champions.
A couple biscuits and a little bit of leftover gravy from the previous morning, warmed up and looks fresh enough to use.
And Thelona will feast.
Doesn't take much to convince Geralt otherwise, and Theobald joins in not long after the rest of you.
Velena's the last to show up, and she comes in, gets a full plate, sits down by Geralt. Just like she's kind of half there, but half not.
Geralt actually looks down at Velena. You seem unusually frazzled this morning.
It's just been a while since I had a soft bed to lie on. Felt like that dungeon took forever.
That was actually rather nice.
It
this
does
is
feel
coming
like
from
it's been
somebody
longer than
who-
2 days. Digs in again.
Actually feels like a months.
I kind of say, so has anyone actually been to Nipper?
No, I was south of there. I was in the bad zone.
It's in the North Bed Zone.
Honestly, you look through the crew and like most of these guys have been from the inner sea area usually. And even Roger's like, I kind of come from the west coast, but I can't say I've stayed much in this region. No.
I
Considering
do-
how close we are to Stygia, I can understand why.
I do know when we reach the mouth of the river, you want to change course to northwest immediately.
To which then Roger and Tarthun almost immediately go, yeah, avoid that city. Yep.
I'm not talking about the city. I'm talking about the island off the coast of Stygia, Sipta.
They, when you mention Sipta, they both look at each other again and immediately like, ugh.
Yeah, more ships have been shipwrecked there because of the maelstrom. That just seems to appear and disappear randomly.
Oh,
And
well,
that's canonical, people!
hopefully there's a decent blacksmith in Nipper.
If I wouldn't know about that, but perhaps once we get out towards Argos, the big city on the coast, might be a better chance of finding a good blacksmith. What was
Yeah,
the
just by
name?
looking at the map, it would seem that Nifur is not that big of a place, but definitely somewhere like, say,
Ascalon or
Escalon is a maybe, but
Messentia.
Santia over there, definitely.
I'm surprised there's not a port city on Argos.
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm wondering about that too. I'll double check my pirate book on that. I'm willing to wager they have a few more things in there.
Because if you look at Messentia, that's all the way over in Zingara. It's just suddenly there's like
Hyborian
this big
pirate.
stretch of coast and nothing's there.
Oh yeah, this will be the first time that my character's actually been to the region she's from.
Yeah, since we started game. The first time she's been there in a while.
Guessing this is the island that you're saying to avoid.
That's Sibta, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, that should be Sipta. Certainly looks enough like it.
The problem is that there's this storm, a maelstrom of a hurricane-like thing that apparently just randomly appears around the island and is big enough that it can actually wreck ships and draw them in from pretty much the major shipping lanes. So you want to go immediately northwest to avoid it. I remember hearing stories about that when I was in Stygia.
Let's go. If only there was a way to trick the Raiders of the Eclipse to going there.
Darthur's not likely. Not unless you drive in there first.
It's a very well-known local legend.
To which Tarthun also adds, I have heard in recent years it's slowed down a bit, but it has definitely not stopped.
I believe it was it slowed down a bit since Conan was there.
I'm not sure if Conan was there, but since Valeria was there, and she's not been there in a long time.
Who are these people, Conan and Valeria?
Actually,
I think
aren't you Aquilonian?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You definitely know who the hell fucking Conan is.
I'm from Bostonian Marches. I think I'm Gunderland. Oh yeah, never mind.
I was gonna say that was good, like I remember all the baffling looks Azina got when she didn't know who Conan was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you're
Bostonian.
you're
Never mind.
you're technically an Aquilonian, Aaron. You, as soon as you hear mentions of Conan, you immediately know who King Conan is.
Oh
He
yes.
may not be a believer of your god, but he is a relatively decent ruler in the countryside so far.
Ah.
If it wasn't for the fact that he did occasionally has to leave the throne to go bash somebody's skull in every once in a while, it might be a little more peaceful. But what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I think the only real reason I had for Azina not knowing about him was she was barely scraping by, staying alive when he came
Asino
into
was more
power.
focused on staying alive and running the
Yeah.
southern western coast there.
Yeah, because our monastery was up here in Gunderland.
Originally. At least that's where her family is from.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, if we're successful in our mission and you manage to get your revenge on this pirate, what's your plan afterwards?
Treasure hunting?
Out here or to return to the Viriat Sea?
Probably out here, unless there's a lot of push from the crew to go back to the Viliot Sea.
I was merely curious.
I mean, The thing is, I really didn't even plan on coming back out here until I realized that in spite of them sending bounty hunters after us, they were actually still out here.
They seem to be very plentifully active out here. Okay, yeah, I do have a bigger map of Argos, and there's definitely a couple of port cities.
Okay, well that's good to know when we get there. It's just kind of weird they're not on the map.
Yeah,
There's a
you
lot of
would
stuff
you'd
missing
think
from
they'd at
this
least
map.
put a couple of them.
Because remember, he had to bring up a different map for Hyperborea because he didn't have none of the stuff up there is on here. Like that whole area is just blank.
More or less. And even then, Hyperborea is a pretty open place. Yeah, I'll Photoshop the Argos map later. But yeah, there's at least, outside of the one that you see right there at the edge of Shem, there's at least another 3 decent-sized port cities and at least another 2 or 3 smaller ones. So there's enough of them.
I think at least once we get to Ascalon, we can start asking if anybody knows of a blacksmith of some skill.
So speaking of what we're planning on doing with our metal, kind of look at Stallone and I go, do you know anything about using a pike?
Not too much. I mean, it's essentially a spear for all effects and purposes. So it shouldn't be too different than a spear style.
Aside from it specifically being a two-handed weapon.
So are spears. As opposed to javelins, which are one-handers.
Well, spears can technically be used with one hand in D&D.
Yeah, they can.
Because you can use a spear and a shield.
Yeah, you can do one hand or two-handed with a spear.
Yeah. Spears. I mean, spears are kind of versatile because you can be one or two-handed, or you can also throw them.
Hopefully, actually hit stuff.
But I just say, if I have a pike made, then between the 3 of us, we'll have Garroth with his big hammer, you with your big sword, and me with a long-reach stabby weapon. So we'll have a bit of diversity of our attacks.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have our front line.
Of course, you know you are on a sea vessel. Did you ever consider a trident?
That's a good point. I'm out of character. I'm gonna say that's a good point. But the issue is a trident is literally the same stats as a spear, so it's not as strong as a pike.
Mind you, she said that with with a little bit of a humorous look on her face.
Oh. I mean, I think we could theoretically just, like, homebrew that I have a pike that looks like a trident if we wanted to.
Is there even stats for all these different variants? It's hard for me to remember.
Yeah, there are stats for tridents. They literally just have the same stats as a spear, except you can't throw them.
Trident, thrown, range.
Oh, it does have a throw option? Okay, never mind.
Throwing range, 20 feet, 60 feet. With a versatile of 1d8.
Yeah, so it's the same stats as a spear.
Which is weird because the 3 prongs would make it so much more awkward to throw.
You also
I would have thought so too, but...
You also think that getting stabbed by more than one blade would make it do more damage, but apparently not, because it just doesn't for some stupid-ass reason.
Yeah, that seems... Is it really the same as a spear? I need to check here.
Yeah, it is.
What the heck?
And the worst thing is, it's the same as a spear, but it weighs more, and it's a martial weapon instead of a simple weapon.
I'm gonna house rule that right on here, right now. I'm gonna say that's BS. And that, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm definitely gonna re-rule how a trident works, because that's BS. Nah, tridents should already be an advanced weapon down the bottom of that list because of how different and awkward of a reach weapon it is. But there should be a lot more to it than this. It's a bigger weapon.
It's basically like the way it is in the stats. It's a more expensive spear that weighs more.
How much damage does a pike do?
Pike does 1 die 10, but it also has reach, which means I can melee someone from 10 feet away.
And that's a pike?
Yeah, I would actually think a decent trident would actually work like a pike. At least a die 10. I would have.
Yeah, I would say at least a die 10, and maybe versatile be a D12.
And the funny thing is, a pike costs the same price as a trident, but it's a better weapon. Doesn't make any sense.
Like I was just saying, I would say that as an additional rule to upgrade the damage to what a pike is, and then it'll have the versatile still, but instead of a D8, it'll be a D12. That'd be an easy way to rule that one. And instead of a D6 for base damage, it'll be a D10 like the pike is, so it's a slightly better pike with a versatile option.
And because the thing is I was originally thinking maybe get a halberd, but the halberd is slashing damage. I mainly was picking this because it's piercing. It's piercing. So we'll have bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing between the three of us.
I can see a trident being piercing.
And especially if you're trying to focus on those three being made out of the star metal first. That would not only would that cover all three different damages, but the fact that the trident only needs so much metal as opposed to some of the other weapons you could possibly try and be upgrading.
Yeah, a pike would be the same thing, as I wouldn't need like as much, because it's just it's
mostly the head of it that you need to have with that metal. Yeah.
Well, now I'm looking at this. I like. There's also a lance, but that's.
No.
Lance starts getting real clunky.
Yeah, it does. You do not want to try to do a lance on foot.
So what? They're basically going to give me a house ruled trident.
If you want, I mean that's just saying that he doesn't like how that stats look, so he's adjusting it. If you want to use it,
the very least for the trident, I'd say at least the damage needs to be highly retweaked.
The only thing is
there's a stat line for damage on that weapon.
The only thing is my actual art that I had made. She's holding a pike.
Yeah, I'm looking at Lance. Yeah. Lances are great, but it's more useful when you're in a campaign where you'll be able to be on the backs of animals and you get the bonus from charging.
Although we do have horses, we're just not really in situations where we're likely to use them.
At least not right now, for sure. Yeah,
they're just kind of sitting below deck eating hay.
Oh yeah, by the way, as you noticed, as you probably figured out as you've been traveling, Valerius, there are actually horses below deck.
Ah.
This crew is apparently well prepared for ground travel when they go to ground for a long period of time.
I go to feed them sugar cubes. And carrots.
Where the hell are you getting
likes
sugar
horses.
cubes? Where the hell are you getting sugar cubes?
Off
Probably
the
had
table
them.
at lunch, at breakfast.
We didn't have sugar cubes, believe me. We wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure they don't have them in cube form in this day and age. But if you wanted to sprinkle a little sugar on those carrots, I'm sure the horses would be just fine with that.
Okay.
A little sugar that's left over that nobody used for coffee.
Just imagine she grabs a white powder and thinks it's sugar. Turns out it's salt, and it turns out it's salt, and the horses are like,
No, it's sugar, all right. The wrong kind
Why,
of sugar.
Wilbur?
It's the nose sugar.
Fuck you, Wilbur.
Why would you do
I'm
this
so
to me,
high right now,
Wilbur?
Wilbur.
Fuck you! I gave you free carrots.
Now,
Didn't
of
even have
course,
to do anything for them.
now, of course, what would be even funnier is if, you go to feed the horse sugar and it turns out to be Coke.
Well, that's what I was saying. No sugar.
Then that horse really wants to go for a ride, let me tell you.
Then it dies of a heart attack, and then you have to
Oh,
get
I'm getting
chainsaw to
restless.
cut up and carry it out.
How did you ride that horse from Shem all the way to Asgard? In 2 hours. You really had to go. And why is its nose bleeding?
Because cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It's a dry heat, okay? It's a dry heat.
Now, why does its pupils look so dilated?
Don't judge
Horses'
me,
eyes are
man.
always black.
Anyway, outside of jokes of horses.
Hey, we went clean this time. Sorry, we went clean this time.
By the way, we here do not condone abuse of animals. We do, however, find it hilarious.
Imaginary animals that no one can hurt. Except us.
If there's any kind of humor that wins me over, it's dead cat humor. That's a quote from the show. I'll go to that later. The bizarre things that people do with Muppet shows on the internet.
Anyways, so we're on my breakfast table.
You're on your way to Nipper.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you probably had breakfast, and I assume you keep going for the rest of the day.
Yeah. We're not really any reason to take any detours while we're in this area.
We don't
Actually,
have open
I just
water,
happen
so
to
it's kinda hard
think-
to archer practice.
I just happen to think we actually haven't rolled for which way the wind is blowing today.
It blows back to Darfur.
It starts blowing us backwards. Shoot! Race the sails! Race the sails!
Yeah, that's not what I'm
At
worried about.
least, I will say, at least for the benefit for you guys, is that the river is flowing in the direction you're going. So at least you'll be moving without the sails, but...
Alright, so somebody needs to go get us a shitload of oars.
Suddenly we
Oh,
need this to
yeah,
be a
I
Viking
could-
longboat.
I could probably be hanging out with the carpenter and like doing carpentry stuff. Only what we do at the
Alright,
Mission.
Garroth. The wind's against us and the river's stopped. You grab that rope, I'll grab this rope, and we'll get out and pull.
Okay, which one of us gets the North Shore and which one of us gets the South Shore? Rock, paper,
I'll
scissors
flip
here
you
for it. Where was it? Captains of Cannons, I think is the one that has this.
I don't remember if we really ever explained this to Aaron, but this ship does have like a little bit of a bear theme. Because aside from the wooden bear on the front of the ship, we also have a bear on our Jolly Roger, and Garroth is a bear totem barbarian.
One of his spirits is a bear, so yes, when he rages, he actually starts getting fuzzy like a bear.
Well,
Actually, he
Someone
gets a
get a
little bit
razor
more
and
hairy and he
shave
gets
this man.
yellow bear eyes, so yeah.
you guys have a bear theme. Thelona apparently has a crocodile theme.
Reptile person points at Thelona.
Because I'm trying to remember. I think the
Okay.
Jolly Roger was the exact thing was a bear with an eye patch holding a sword in its mouth or something like that. I can't remember. I came up with it so long ago and never actually had it drawn.
Yeah.
But
I'm just wondering if... go ahead.
speaking of crocodiles, Matt, are we actually seeing some on the
I would say that you don't always see them, but there's occasional moments here and there where you do see some crocs that are out in the water.
Okay.
All right, I
Actually-
have the wind direction thing ready. So who wants to roll a d8?
I'll roll a d8. Alright,
Wherever
let's
the
see.
wind blows.
Here's the d8. Alright.
A 6. Which, according to this, is southwest. Hey, it's still going the direction you wanted. You have to tilt the sails a little bit, but otherwise you're still going straight forward.
No, that would be. Wait, is it blowing southwest?
Direction I think it's going to, isn't it?
Going to, or is it from? Because yeah, that's.
It doesn't say. I thought it was the direction it's going to, so I thought it was going southwest.
That's probably we should just go with it. That's what you thought,
Okay.
rather than
Yeah.
than.
I don't
trying to
see it. I
figure
don't
it out.
see it clarifying it any further, so I assume that's the way
Okay.
it's going.
Okay, so yeah, you can tack those sails slightly and get forward motion as well as river motion.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a good spot to stop because we got like 5 minutes left, and
Yeah, you got only
I
a
was
few
kinda
minutes
hoping
left.
we could actually get to the port and then end it as we docked.
Trying to think. Is there anything else that would happen today? I'll say for now, yeah, you just continue along, and actually with the bonus of the wind being your direction as well, you start to slow as the river starts to bend slightly northward, but you're still catching enough wind that you can keep going at a decent click. And by late that evening, you do finally happen upon Nipper, and you are able to dock there if you wish.
Port of call, Nipper.
wait, sorry, we arrived.
Yep.
Yes.
Very late in the evening, but you do arrive, and there is a port area open for you. If you
Alright.
wish to take it.
Yeah, might as well dock before we turn in for the evening, and then enter town in the morning.
Alrighty. So you dock, you do the usual quick bit of paperwork with the head of the docks, and basically state that you are passing through, and you'll conduct some business in the morning before leaving.
Yep.
All right.
Alright.
And with that, we'll close that until
That's-
today.
That's taken care of. Come on, get off. Let's go get drunk.
Drinks good. Starts walking.
Is there a shrine to Mitra in the city?
I'm not sure about that
Shrine
being
or
this
temple?
far out. Aqualonia is the big Mitra place. There's a few
Oh.
here and there.
I'm
Roll
not
me
sure what the, I'm
actually
not sure what the prevalent religion is in Shem.
in Shem. I'm not sure off the top of my head either at the moment. I have to double check.
Why
I-
doesn't he answer that question next week?
Yeah, we'll look into that next week. We're just basically saying people do their own quick things for the night and before crashing and sleeping.
Okay.
So we'll continue this in 2 more weeks. See you all then.
Bye bye.
Later.